NFL Offseason Madness!
Shout out to user KPLRMCC. We'll just call you KM for short. We're going to do the Patriots mock offseason. And I was trying to wait around. He asked for this a few days ago. I was trying to wait for them to hire offensive coordinator. Season breakdown, mock offseason 2024 New England Patriots. Let's get it started. But before we get started, smash that like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell to make sure you stay locked in to Draft Capital Sports, where we provide all the NFL draft news, NFL offseason news, trades, etc. for your 2024 NFL offseason. Now let's get back to the video. So first we're going to start off with our cap space situation. Now we're starting going into the offseason with $70 million in cap. We're going to make a few cuts here. J.C. Jackson, I know they traded, I think, a 7th round pick or a 6th round pick for J.C. just to bring him back after the disaster that was his stint with the Chargers. Now I'm going to cut him and we're going to save $14 million, and they may bring him back. I would bring him back on a lesser deal, but, you know, not necessarily. I don't know. But anyway, cut J.C. Jackson. We're also going to release Devontae Parker, the veteran receiver. We're going to save $3 million there. We're going to trade Juju Smith-Schuster to the Chiefs for a 7th round pick. We're going to save $5 million there. I'm not going to wait till June 1st. We'll just eat the $5 million dead cap right now while we have a lot of cap space. So that'll bring us to $92 million in cap space. We got to do some in-house cleaning first, and we got some free agents to re-sign, some important players to re-sign. We're going to start with Mike Nwenu. I do not know how to pronounce this man's name. The offensive lineman, right guard / right tackle. Played very well last year, filling in both spots. So we're going to sign him to a $13 million deal, average annually. We're going to bring back wide receiver Kendrick Bourne, who was showing some signs, has some injury concerns, but is a very good receiver, very versatile receiver. We're going to bring him back for $8.3 million. We're going to bring back the younger tight end of the two, Mike Gesicki, at $4.5 million. We're going to let Hunter Henry walk. We're going to bring in Kyle Duggar at $8.3, very important in that strong safety spot to secure that young secondary. Now we're going to venture into these NFL free agency streets with quite a bit of money to spend. I'm going to look to spend around $30 to $40 million. And we're going to start with the Buffalo Bills wide receiver, Gabriel Davis. We're going to start by stealing some divisional rivals players. Buffalo cannot afford to pay Gabe Davis. He's definitely a home run hitter. Right now, peaking and coming into his own as a possible number 1 wide receiver target. I think he goes well with Kendrick Bourne at that wide receiver spot and gets us somebody who's fast, can get downfield and play that X wide receiver. Next, we're going to continue to steal players from the AFC East rivals, and we're going to get Bryce Huff, edge rusher from the New York Jets. Had a breakout year, has really been a talented edge rusher for them. The Jets kind of just, I don't know, I think they overdrafted a couple players, signed a couple players that they didn't need to. They should have gave Huff the opportunity, but too bad for them. They're going to lose him in free agency to the New England Patriots. We're going to sign Huff to a deal roughly $10 million annually. Probably can come lower than that, but there'll probably be a little bit of a bidding war for Huff's services. We can afford to give him the $10 million. He'll be opposite Matthew Judon and some other pass rushers we will address later. Now we're going to bring in Gardner Minshew as our backup / starting QB. He'll probably be starting the season as the starter. He'll be $8 million. He almost led the Colts to the playoffs last year, so I think Minshew will be a good option. Of course, we're going to go to the draft. It's a QB-heavy draft. We're going to get our future quarterback in this year's draft. But Gardner Minshew will be a great insurance policy for the 2024 season. We're also going to get running back, formerly of the Chicago Bears, D'Onta Foreman. Very good running back, very hard runner, very Ramondre Stevenson-like. We're going to have to lean on our running game and defense with a young quarterback and a young offensive line. D'Onta Foreman will definitely help us do that. Paired with Stevenson, we'll have a formidable rushing attack. Now that leaves us that we spent about $68 million total. That leaves us with 23.9 in cap space, minus the rookie class, which would be about 7 to 10. you never know who gets released, what happens. You always need some extra cap space going into the season. It's the smart thing to do, especially for a rebuilding team. Now I'm going to go with the draft class. I already did a mock draft for the Patriots about a week ago now. I think maybe even a couple weeks ago. That video link will be up above right about now. It's up there somewhere, the little gray box. There it is. All right. So in that mock draft, we stayed at number 3. I didn't make any trades, I don't believe. So I did trade up in the second round. I take that back. I did make one trade in the second. We traded back, actually, and got some more draft capital. So our first pick at number 3, we took Drake Maye. Not a secret to anybody that that's what they'll probably be looking to do. Now, when I got to the second round, we traded back a little bit, got a couple extra picks, and we got his running mate at North Carolina, Devontez Walker. We'll use Walker at that Z wide receiver, opposite Davis, with Kendrick Bourne sliding into that slot in 3 wide receiver sets. Of course, he'll be the Z wide receiver in 2 wide receiver sets. Now, later on in the third round, we got Jackson Powers Johnson, the center/guard out of Oregon, the Ryland Trophy winner, the man who is currently tearing it up at the Senior Bowl right now in those one-on-ones, looking very good. We'll be starting him at right guard. He'll eventually be the replacement for Andrews. But yeah, he'll definitely give us some solidification in that interior line. Now next, I drafted Disa Isaac. This was more of a value pick, but we also need pass rushers. Isaac will be great in a rotational role, also be the eventual replacement for Mr. Matthew Judon. Now, at 108, we had a value pick future starting right tackle. Right now, I would start M.O. Michael Onwenu at right tackle. And Goncalves would be out of Pitt. Very good right tackle, underrated tackle in this class. Will be the eventual starting right tackle there. Johnny Dixon will be a third corner for us. Eventual starter opposite Gonzalez. Javon Foster will be our starting left tackle right away. I think he's probably the most underrated tackle in this class. A very good starting left tackle. He's dominating at the Senior Bowl. I don't know why he slept on. I mean, Missouri wasn't a very good team, but he's an SEC tackle that has been dominant, especially the past couple years. And then our last pick in that draft was Javon Solomon, just another edge, another pass rusher. Of course, the Patriots were towards the bottom of the league in pass rush last season with a dominant defensive line, which Barmore, Keon White, and Godshaw and Dietrich Wise should be dominant this year with some real help on the edges. And you see our depth chart here. But wait a minute. I can't forget Dalen Holker out of Colorado State, an excellent receiving tight end, can also block a little bit. I think opposite Gesicki, he'll give Drake Maye /Gardner Minshew good passing weapons, man. I mean, they needed weapons on the offense last year. The offensive line was a problem. I think we solved that in the draft and free agency. Not a lot of options in free agency as far as offensive line goes, so that's why I went to the draft. But yeah, I mean, this is definitely a rebuilding year for the Patriots, but I think that they can be competitive in that AFC East with this roster. Patriots fans, I know you'll probably be the only ones to click on this video, but any NFL fans, let me know what you think of this Patriots mock offseason. Is it good? Is it garbage? It's okay. If you think it's garbage, let me know in the comments. But I am going to clap back. Don't get sensitive if I clap back at you. It's all in fun. Don't get sensitive. Some people get sensitive in the comments. But I'm going to clap back. It's okay. It's just jokes. But yeah, let me know what you think of the video. Like, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell. Thank you for watching. Thank you for kicking it with Draft Capital Sports. And we out. Peace.